Hey, what can I help you with?
I want to sell a ring today.
Okay. Holy.
Got the mother of all Super Bowl rings.
Awesome.
The biggest and baddest.
Let me try that thing on. I feel like a champion.
I came to the pawn shop today to sell my 2004 Patriots ring. It's the biggest, sweetest, coolest ring that you're probably ever gonna see. I'm looking to get anywhere from like 22 to 21,000 for the ring, but if 19.5 was to hit it, I'd take it.
All right, where did you get this?
Well, I'm a broker, and a gentleman came in. Gridiron, he's a wide receiver, and did a deal with me and never came back to get it.
So what, you loaned him some money or something like that?
Yeah.
This thing weighs a ton.
It's from Super Bowl 39. It's when they beat the Eagles, and they went back-to-back, like it says on the side of the ring.
That was a close game. I mean, I know it came right down to the wire. It was like a 3-point game.
Yeah, it was real close.
I grew up in San Diego. I will never like the Patriots. As much as I hate to admit it, the New England Patriots have been pretty badass for the past decade. They actually won the Super Bowl 3 out of 4 times. Only the second team in history ever to achieve that level of dominance. Okay, do you mind if I take a good look at it?
Take your time.
I just really don't like this Jostens mark inside it.
What's a Jostens, Mark?
Jostens is the company that made a lot of the Super Bowl rings.
Well, maybe there's 2 different marks.
No, I mean, this one looks hand-engraved. Jeff, bring me my Patriots ring. I'm sort of a nut for championship rings. I have a habit of buying them and never selling them. And with my collection, I have other Super Bowl rings I can compare all the markings with. This is precision machine engraving inside of it. Every Super Bowl ring I've ever had that was made by Jostens is engraved like that. This looks like it's in sloppy hand engraving. I mean, the workmanship and everything looks wonderful, but that has got me so concerned. If this Super Bowl ring is the real McCoy, it's worth tens of thousands of dollars. But a hand-engraved manufacturer's mark just doesn't seem right to me. So there's no way I'm making an offer until I can have this thing authenticated. So how much were you looking to get out of it?
I was in the mid to low 20s.
All right, I'm gonna have to get somebody in here because it just doesn't look right. I want to do a little bit more research, so we'll get this thing figured out.
Cool.
Okay?
Cool. Fair enough. I'm a little nervous right now. It's a large amount of money, but I believe the ring is real. When the player walks in the door with it, then you gotta kind of believe the guy.
Jeremy, how's it going, man?
Hey, Rick, what's going on, man? What do you have for me today?
We have a 04 Patriots ring.
No kidding. Super Bowl 39. This is the Super Bowl where they beat the Eagles 24-21, and in my opinion, anytime the Eagles lose, that's a good thing. The guys always call me down to the pawn shop whenever they have a question about a piece of sports memorabilia or card. Now, rings that are given to players are far more valuable than if they're given to a front office staff member or something. What I know of Ricky Bryant, he actually pretty much was on the practice squad for most of the season.
But he was a player.
Right? Even guys in the practice squad do get rings. At this point, this ring was the heaviest and it was the most expensive ring that they had ever made for any Super Bowl game. It's cast in 14K white gold. It's got 124 diamonds, and also it says 3 out of 4. They won 3 Super Bowls out of the last 4 years, which is an absolutely remarkable feat that only the Dallas Cowboys had done previously to that. When it comes to modern sports memorabilia, there's nothing that's more sought after and valuable than a Super Bowl ring, especially worn by a player. Unfortunately, anytime you have a high-profile item, counterfeiters figure out creative ways to pass off fakes. Okay, I see we got Jostens. Usually you would see that not only in a different location, but it looks to be actually hand-engraved rather than actually out of the machine. Now, as far as the rest of the ring, I mean, the weight, the diamonds, everything else looks to be legit. Just the markings on the bottom there, it's certainly a little bit different than other rings I've seen. But this year is a little bit different than all the other Super Bowl rings in the past. They put so much into this ring, gold, diamonds, and everything. This thing was so enormous, it didn't fit inside Jostens' normal ring engraver. They actually had to have somebody laser engrave each and every ring, as you see here.
Okay, cool.
So this ring is 100% legit, and it's pretty awesome.
Sweet.
So what do you think it's worth?
Well, we have a ring from one of the most popular teams ever. It's loaded with gold and diamonds. Super Bowl rings from players such as this sell from about $30,000 to $35,000.
Nice, nice.
Thanks, man. You're
Hey,
the
you
best. So how much do you want for this thing?
22,000.
18.
Why so low?
Have you seen the economy?
Yeah, that's why I got the ring.
You know, I put out that kind of money, I might have to sit on this thing 2-3 years. So I'm at 18.
I go 21. You don't have anything like this in your showcases. I know you have a Patriots ring, but you don't have that Patriots ring.
I'll give you 20 grand.
Pass.
20 grand. Cash. $100 bills.
If you go 20, you go 21.
Just because I need a Super Bowl ring for every one of my fingers. Deal.
Deal.
All right, write him up, Chum. The guy was definitely a tough negotiator, but I'll still make good money on this ring. With the price I can sell this ring for, I think I had a pretty good day's work. Hey, Pops, what do you think? Another Super Bowl ring?
Just what the hell we need.
What?
This is a dope one.
Why another Super Bowl ring?
Because?
My dad just got finished lecturing us about how we need to sell everything we buy. Now that he has that ring in his hand, I guarantee you it never leaves the case. In other words, he bought it for himself.
You're gonna sell it, right?
Yeah, of course I am.
Yeah, right. It's another $10,000 paperweight.
No, I paid over 20 grand for this one.
Okay, then it's a $20,000 paperweight.
I mean, we easily got $200,000 worth of bull rings in the case that you refused to sell.
They're for sale.
They're all priced like triple what they're worth.
Rick, I'll be honest with you. Sell that ring, or I'm gonna sell every damn ring over there in the case.
Dad, seriously, I am gonna sell this one.
Yeah, right. Corey,
What?
go sell something.
What do we got here?
Well, I want to see what you guys could do with a Walter Payton signed football. It does have his number, and it has his nickname, Sweetness.
Super Bowl 31, he wasn't in that.
You're right. Not exactly sure why he signed this ball. And that's one of the reasons that I'm trying to see what I can get for it. Super Bowl 31 was won by the Green Bay Packers. And as a Chicago Bears fan, there's no way in good conscience I could keep this in my house. I am a huge Bears fan, lifelong. Similar balls have gone for $4,000. This is a little bit of a different situation, it being Super Bowl 31. He wasn't in that Super Bowl, but the Packers won, and everybody knows that Bears fans and Packers fans do not get along.
So, where'd you get it?
My mom recently moved out of her house, and in the course of packing her up, I found this ball.
Okay, so was your mom a Walter Payton fan, or?
I asked her about it, and she doesn't seem to remember exactly where she got it, but she remembers bidding on some sports memorabilia at a charity auction several years ago.
Okay, I mean, this is really cool, man. I mean, Walter Payton, he's one of the best running backs of all time.
Most would say the greatest running back of all time.
I prefer LaDainian Tomlinson myself, but that's just because I'm a Charger fan. But
Understandable, understandable.
Mind if I take it out?
No, go right ahead.
You know, this ball's cool. The one from Super Bowl 20 would be cool. The one that would be absolutely priceless is his last game with the Bears. He rushed for 100 yards. His last touchdown, he took the ball, threw it out in the crowd, and no one knows what happened to it. Somebody's got it. That one would be worth a lot of money.
Yeah, I bet.
No one could argue that Walter Payton was one of the best to ever play the game. He got 2 MVPs, a Super Bowl, and close to, what, 17,000 rushing yards? But this ball commemorates a game he didn't even play in, so that knocks the value down quite a bit. How much are you looking to get out of it?
Well, this type of ball, I've done a little bit of research. I'd be willing to part with this one for about $2,500.
$2,500. You're pretty much on it right what it's worth. If I were to sell it, that's what I'd get out of it. But I'm in a business here, and I don't buy stuff to break even. I'd like to give you around $1,000 for it.
Even I wouldn't get rid of it for $1,000, even though it's a Packers ball. I'm thinking more along the lines of, let's say 21.
I'll go up to $1,500. That's the most I can do. It really is.
I still think it's worth more than that. But as a diehard Bears fan, I can't have this in my house. I'll take the $1,500.
$1,500, it's a deal.
All right,
I'll meet
thanks.
you over there, all right?
I would have liked to have gotten a little bit more, but I'm going to go to the casino tonight, go to the roulette table, and put it all on Walter Payton's number 34.
Hey, what can I help you with?
I've got a 1999 St. Louis Rams Lombardi Trophy.
Sweet.
Original box and certificate of authenticity.
I know I've seen you a few times, man. How you get all this cool stuff?
You know what? I just get lucky and find some cool stuff every now and then.
Okay.
I'm not sure luck has anything to do with it.
I came to the pawn shop today to sell an actual Lombardi trophy from the St. Louis Rams, 1999. I want to sell the trophy because I want someone else to enjoy it. I'm looking to get about $7,500 for the trophy. I'd probably take about $4,500, but don't tell him.
So how did you get this thing?
I bought it from my buddy.
Okay. I know all the teams don't give these out. I mean, usually it's just the ring. This, I think, was like a little added bonus perk they gave out. It's not the actual trophy the team won.
It's not the one that they're displaying at the Rams headquarters. It's not a replica because these were given to the actual players.
Well, it's actually a replica because the real Vince Lombardi trophy is bigger, and they make one of those. I've heard about these before. I've never had one in my shop.
So you've never seen one of these before?
Not up close and personal, no.
He's a Chargers fan. I don't think he'll ever see one. They have the world's smallest trophy case.
The Vince Lombardi Trophy has been awarded to every team that's won the Super Bowl since 1970. It's made by Tiffany, and unlike the Stanley Cup, they make a new one every year.
They made 400 of these, huh?
Yes.
And I can just tell by the weight looking at it, it's not sterling silver like the Vince Lombardi trophy.
No, it's not. I'm not sure what it's made out of. It's very rare.
Well, it's not really rare. There are 400 of them.
While this isn't the actual trophy, it's still a limited edition of football's highest prize, and it was only given to members of the Rams organization who won the Super Bowl. It's pretty damn cool.
So what do you want to do with this?
I'd like to sell it.
How much do you want for it?
I'd like to get about $7,500 for it, and I could prove the value right here.
$12,500?
This belong to any particular player?
No, that was a front office person's.
Okay. If it was Kurt Warner's, no problem. But obviously it's not. We're pretty far apart on the price.
Okay, well, what's your price?
$2,500.
Really?
I can buy one cheaper somewhere else.
A lot of players risk their bodies, their limbs to hoist this trophy. You could be in that small group and hoist this.
I would love to have it. It's a really cool piece, but I would pay $2,500 for it.
We're too far apart.
Okay.
But I'll let you hoist it, though, even though you're not going to buy it.
All right, just
Can I touch it once? It's amazing.
The offer of $2,500 is just too low. It's ridiculous. They're trying to make a buck, but they're not going to make their buck off me today. He's going to be really sad when he wakes up tomorrow morning knowing that he doesn't have that trophy.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, good. How are you?
Good.
Good.
LaDainian Tomlinson, San Diego Chargers, LT, the Lightning and the Thunder. This guy was unbelievable. And the Chargers still couldn't make it to the Super Bowl.
I'm coming into the pawn shop today to try and sell my game-issued, autographed LaDainian Tomlinson jersey. The jersey itself, being a game-issued one, is in good condition. The autograph's a little bit faded, but I think for a collector that it's a great piece to have. Today I'm hoping to get $1,000 for it.
Now, this is cool. Big Chargers fan?
Yeah, I grew up in San Diego, born and raised. LT was my favorite player growing up.
That makes me feel old because I was definitely grown up when he was playing. I was a huge Chargers fan ever since I was a little kid. As a matter of fact, I grew up right down the street from the stadium.
Oh, wow.
LT really was arguably one of the best running backs in the history of the NFL. Broke so many records. I think back in 2003. He did things that people thought were not possible. I mean,
Right.
for a running back to get 28 touchdowns in one season, in a regular season,
Yeah.
is just insane.
Yeah.
He was only one of 7 guys in the entire history of the NFL to pass for a touchdown, catch a touchdown, and run for a touchdown all in the same game. I mean, the guy was unbelievable. I mean, you'd be watching a Chargers game, and you'd think he was going to go run it in, and then he would pass the ball.
Right, yeah, exactly.
So this is not a normal jersey. This looks like it was definitely custom made. It doesn't look like it was used in a game, though, at all. I mean, we're talking a running back there.
Right, jerseys have some marks.
Well, remember, you know, it's a running back. Every time he carries the ball, he gets tackled unless he makes a touchdown.
Right.
Have you ever had the autograph checked out on it?
I have not, no.
Okay. All right. I have no idea if that's LaDainian Tomlinson's signature. How much you want for it?
I'm asking $1,000.
Okay. I need to call someone and check out the autograph.
Okay.
And maybe he'll know a little bit more about this jersey because, like I said, it's not a consumer jersey. I think it's a big league one, but I don't think it was ever played in. So there's a few questions I got.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds
All right.
good.
All right. Be right back.
All right. I don't have a problem with an expert coming in. I'm confident in the autograph and the jersey itself, and I'm excited to see what he has to say.
LaDainian Tomlinson. This guy had a great career. And I mean, he's really, literally one of the greatest running backs in the history of the NFL. Obviously not as great as Walter Payton, but he was up there.
Yeah, okay, okay. All right, who scored more touchdowns in a season? Never mind.
There's an award named after Walter Payton. Man of the Year, Tomlinson won that. We're going to go back and forth on this.
Okay,
I'm a Bear
yeah.
fan. He's a Charger fan. It happens.
So anyway, so do you think this is actually an officially issued jersey?
It could be. This helps, like this type of tagging. Usually indicates kind of like his size or possible game issue. But, you know, with the game stuff, you could see tears, you could see repair marks, you could see helmet marks. But, you know, we don't see all that stuff going on. Unless you had a letter from the team or Tomlinson or a family member or somebody close to him, you know, I would just call it a jersey.
Okay. And then this.
Okay.
Pretty simple signature. Was that legit?
Well, let's take a look at it. Let's see what we got here. The autograph, to me, is a really early version of a signature. This little curl in here he used, okay? This is kind of Tomlinson, what he would do, and it's almost the same thing I have here. He'd use this little curl at the beginning of a signature. Now, he started to change through the years, but the one consistent great thing about football players, what they do is they like to put their numbers. So that's usually pretty consistent. It's definitely authentic, Rick. But unfortunately, it's not that strong of a signature.
Okay, so what do you think it's worth?
Well, Tomlinson autographs, as you know, when someone's still alive, they're still accessible. He's good to the fans. He's always been a pretty good signer. So his autograph is plentiful. It's a nice jersey, but the condition of the signature does hurt the value overall. I put the value of this right at $200.
Okay. Thanks, man.
Yeah, good to see you.
All right, so, well, it's a real autograph. We know that now.
Yeah.
What would you take for it?
You know, from my buying and collecting of sports memorabilia, I'm pretty confident in the fact that it is a game-issue jersey, 2LT. I'm gonna stick with my asking price of $1,000.
Well, looks like we're not gonna do any business then.
All right.
Thanks for bringing it in.
Yeah, no problem.
No matter what Steve says, Chargers are better than the Bears.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. How about you?
Doing good. What do we got?
I got the game ball from the first Pro Football Hall of Fame game played in Canton, Ohio. It starts off the season every year. This is the program from the 1962 Hall of Fame.
Okay.
And this is my ticket stub to get in the game, which was only $5 at the time.
I think the last football game I went to, it was double that for a beer, so.
I came down to the pawn shop today to sell my football from the 1962 first Pro Football Hall of Fame game played in Canton, Ohio. And it's signed by Y.A. Tittle. I got the ball signed in 1999 when Y.A. Tittle come to Canton, Ohio. I'd like to sell this ball for $4,000 today because $4,000 is a lot of money and I could use it.
Nice. Where in the world did you get this?
I caught the ball myself. I was 12 years old in 1962, and Y.A. Tittle threw a pass to one of his receivers, and the ball came off the tips of his hands, hit once, came up into the stands. I jumped on it, and I come up with the ball out of there.
It's awesome, man. That's a really good story. So how'd you get him to sign it?
He came to the Hall of Fame for an autograph session, and I brought the ball and had him sign it because it came off his fingertips.
Definitely a cool story. What do you got here?
In '99, when he signed the ball, this was our local newspaper article. My last name's Lombardi.
Lombardi's Big Catch has signature with it. Okay.
Yes, sir.
What's this?
This is a letter of authenticity from the Hall of Fame that shows this is the ball from that night game.
Oh, wow. Okay. Do you have anything verifying the signature? Or?
I was there when he done it.
Okay.
He signed it in front of me, but
okay.
That's all I really got. But I mean, that's his signature.
What are you looking to do with it, Ben?
I'm actually looking to sell it. I've had it for 52 years. I know the Hall of Fame would like to have this ball. I brought it in there and they'd ask me to donate it to them, but...
Yeah, I wouldn't want to donate it either.
Yeah. But I'm looking to sell it.
Any idea, any number in your head?
Well, I would like $4,000.
Okay, I mean, you got a great story. You got some evidence here, but let me have a buddy of mine come validate the signature.
Sure.
He can give me an idea of what it might be worth. Guy's one of the best in the world at it, so I'll be back. Feel free to hang out, and I'll grab you when he gets here, okay?
Thank you. I'm sure that it's the signature. If he wants to get the signature checked out, that's fine with me.
So we got apparently game used from the first Hall of Fame game, signed by Y.A. Tittle.
Cool. Great piece of football history, man. Y.A. Tittle was a great quarterback in the 50s, early 60s. I mean, a guy threw 7 touchdowns in one game. There's only a few guys that have ever done that in NFL history.
We got a program, we got a ticket stub, got a news article, and we got something stating from the Hall of Fame here that this was the type of ball that they used.
Everybody's into retro football lately, and everybody loves the old guys. You know, talking about the Hall of Fame games, I think the first class was 1963. Well, they still have that tradition now, and they still play there, and the Hall of Fame thing's such a big deal. The Giants that year, I think, were 12 wins, 1962. That was about the end of Tittle's great run in the NFL. The one thing I do want to do is look at a few examples of his signature.
Sure.
He kept things really simple. His T went under and then back over. Usually included his number, just depending where he could put it. Everything matches up pretty well, so no question the signature's real.
No. Yes.
About Tittle, he's been around a lot. It's funny how you look at the players of yesteryear, great players, they sign a lot of autographs. Unfortunately, it doesn't carry a ton of value. But based on everything that's here, you've got a program with the ticket, the letter from the Hall of Fame, your story, tying it all together, the signature's genuine. I think it's a pretty neat piece of football memorabilia.
So, what do you think it's worth?
Can you say for certain, 100%, that it came from that game? Well, your story's great, this stuff helps. It's still a leap of faith. And I'd still put that value right about $2,000.
Well, Steve, you're the man, dude.
All right, dude, good to see you, man. Good luck.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thanks, nice piece. There are collectors that might want that, a Giants fan might want it. I could see someone that collects stuff from Hall of Fame games. Very limited audience, though.
Give me a number, man. What are you thinking? What's the least you'll take for it?
The least I'll take is probably $3,000.
Okay. You've got a really, really cool piece of a memory of you and your father at the first Hall of Fame game back in 1962. I think what I'd offer you on this would be a little offensive. It's a $1,000 deal to me.
Oh, I couldn't do that.
I need solid, concrete proof of you catching the ball at the game. I don't see us making a deal here. I think, honestly, Football Hall of Fame is where it should go. You agree?
I agree.
All right. Thanks for coming in.
Okay.
Take care.
I thought the $1,000 was a little bit low. I'll just give it to the Hall of Fame.
I have here a 1942 Chicago Bears team signed football. It's in good shape.
Usually, the balls this old have just fallen apart, sort of like the Bears usually do.
Coming to the pawn shop today to try to sell my autographed football from the 1942 Chicago Bear team. I'd really like to get $5,000. I suppose I'd take between $2,000 and $2,500.
So where did you get this?
My wife's aunt recently passed away. We went out there to help her clean her stuff out. That was in the bottom dresser drawer wrapped in a towel.
Okay.
I have the letter of authenticity right here.
Well, thanks for making my life easy with this. Now I don't have to call in a guy to look at it or anything else.
Right.
The first Super Bowl wasn't played till 1967, but the NFL's been having big championships since the 30s. And back in the 40s, the Chicago Bears were the team to beat. I mean, they won like 3 championships. Just about anything from those really early games can make NFL collectors go nuts.
Do you know anything about the 42
Well, I
Bears?
recognize Sid Luckman.
Quarterback in the biggest blowout in NFL history. 70-something to nothing.
Yeah.
It's back when they played on the grid field too, right?
I think they got rid of the grid in the 30s. You know how they used to have football fields? Just a
Right,
bunch of squares
right.
on the field and
Right.
wasn't lined up like today. This was during World War II, and they combined some of the teams. I know there was the Steagles, which was the combination of the Eagles and the Steelers. It was a really reduced league.
Interesting.
This ball is an amazing piece of NFL history. And since the Bears have some of the most hardcore fans out there, it won't be in my showcase very long. So what do you want to do with it?
Well, I'd like to sell it. And I'm thinking $5,000 at auction would be easy.
You know, you could be right. It could go for $5,000 at auction. You're gonna pay 30% right off the top to the auction company.
30%?
And then there's no guarantee that you get $5,000 for it.
But we have cash.
Yeah.
3,000?
I'm thinking $2,000. The more expensive things are, the longer they sit around.
I mean, it's pretty amazing to think it's a 1942 ball.
I'll tell you what, $2,500, that's as high as I'm gonna go. It's in the middle there. I think it's a fair offer.
That's fair.
Okay.
I'll take it.
All right, let's go do spit work.
$2,500, it's a fair price. It wasn't quite as much as I wanted, but I think in the end, I was happy with that.
Flav, what's up?
Yo, Chum, what's up, G?
Is that what I think
How
it
you
is?
doing, man? Yo, look what I got, man.
This is the statue OJ had poolside at his Rockingham
This
mansion.
piece right here sat by his poolside. So, yo, the reason why I bought this here to you is because I know that this is the place for me to get my right deal. I've been hearing about you, Chumley. You've been the man around town, bro. Your name is ringing bells like Flavor Flav.
Yeah.
That's Chumley right there. Oh, Chumley beat OJ, OJ beat Chumley. The reason why I'm selling this statue is because I have so much stuff at my house and I have no place for it. I'm asking for $125,000 for the statue, and the way that I came up with that number is because of the value of O.J. Simpson, and I know he's worth way more than $125,000 in real life.
I know OJ had just been found guilty of the double homicide by the civil court. Basically, they said, okay, we're gonna liquidate your estate. So they took all OJ's stuff and they put it in an auction site, and they just got whatever they could for it, and they gave all the proceeds from that to the Brown family.
Wow.
So this was one of them. How did you get it?
I got this piece from a radio show in Chicago called Man Cow.
Yeah, Man Cow, he's a DJ.
Yeah, man. We went to his show one day to do an interview. So they said, Flav, look, man, if you could take this piece home, you can have it. I'm like, wow, y'all gonna give me an OJ statue? So OJ went on tour for a little while.
So this is not a replica?
Come on, man. This is the original diamond, G. Yeah, boy.
You mind if I check it out a little?
Yeah, man.
And you can see his number's pretty clear. 32, that's definitely the juice. It's got his football helmet. I mean, it looks like bronze. It looks kind of, you can see the age on it and everything. It's definitely weathered. So what do you want to do with it?
I want to sell it.
All right, how much are you looking to get for it?
All I want, just give me $125,000 for it.
Whew. The most I could probably do, and I'd have to verify with my boss first, but it's probably gonna be 75, maybe 80,000.
Wow.
I mean...
And that's the best you could do for me, 75 to 80,000, that's the best?
I think that's a good offer, I mean...
Come on, man, you the porn star master, G.
I don't know if it's worth 125. It could go for over 100 at an auction, but, you know, unfortunately, this ain't an auction.
So if it can go over 100 in the auction, then how come you won't give me 125?
Come on, Flav, you know I gotta make a profit in here.
I know that, man.
If you get 3 or 4 OJ fans bidding it up, the sky's the limit.
Yeah, I think I'll make better at the auction then, man.
I think you will, too.
Because I see I ain't getting nowhere with you, Chumley.
Hey, I gotta try, man, I gotta try.
Hey, I don't fault you for trying, man.
Hey, so while I got you here, I gotta ask you, what's up with the clock, man? That's your signature thing.
Yeah, man, you know, the reason why I wear this clock is because, you know, time is the most important element. And when we stop, time keeps going. All right, Chumley, man. Yo, E, come on, man, let's get this back to the truck, man.
OJ gotta go?
All right, Flav.
Yeah, OJ gotta go, man. Yo, thank you for your time.
Thank you, brother.
And thank you for your patience and everything, the whole nine. Like the farmer said to the potato, I'm gonna plant you now and dig you later. Thanks, Chumley, for your time, all right?
All
Say
right,
bye, OJ.
see you later, Flav. My pleasure.
Don't cry, OJ, don't cry. Don't.